Well, hello, Juno. Hey, today I'm going to talk about pressure, and mainly I'm going to talk about food and how food is pressure. So, a lot of the pressure we use in dog training, some of the common stuff is leash pressure, spatial pressure. If you do remote collar work, I just refer to it as E pressure or electronic pressure. But I think some things that get overlooked are something like food or toys. You know, there's a lot of things that are pressure points with our dogs, and just in the daily life and the things that we do with them. Going through thresholds there's pressure there. There's pressure to get out of the threshold into the yard or into the walk or into the car. You know, so when you stop and look at these things, there's always these ebbs and flows of pressure, and our job is as trainers is put the dog under pressure and then show them how to release that pressure. So if you're dealing with a dog that's, like, say, reactive to dogs, that's the dog's trigger, that's the pressure point, or that's what's causing the pressure. And so I do my foundation work, and then I take that dog and put him in front of those triggers. And when I see that pressure building, then I have to give him guidance and direction to open that valve, to release that pressure. And that could be a recall, that can be a leave it, that can be a recall to place, whatever it might be, to release that pressure. And so when I look at food, you know, I see that as a huge kind of tool for me, because it's pressure, but I can definitely modify that pressure. I can create low pressure, high pressure with food. I can use low value food, I can use high value food, you know. But I think that some people overlook that, and it can either go two ways. You can have, there's this end of the spectrum where food is being constantly delivered for everything, and it's always in the picture, and it's just being, you know, readily handed out over and over and over for every activity the dog is, you know, executing. And so what you're doing is, food is triggering prey drive. It is putting the dog in a predatory drive. And if you're feeding it over and over and over again, then it just keeps that dog in that elevated state, and you're potentially overdriving the prey drive. It's no different than somebody that's taking a ball and they're rapidly throwing it over and over for their dog, and the dog's just bringing it back, dropping it, and they throw it, bringing it back, dropping it, and they throw it. And again, that is over pressurizing the dog, or it's overdriving the prey drive, right? And then there's the other side of the spectrum. People just don't use food at all, for whatever reason. And I think that's a mistake, because every dog should learn how to be around food, right? And so, you know, there's a lot of trainers, and myself included, that do like our feeding exercises when we're feeding our dogs. We don't want to put the bowl down when the dog's in a calm or an excited state of mind, right? Because that's prey drive. So we want to get the dog back into a calm state, and through repetitions and over again, the dogs start to learn this is the routine. They go in their crates, they're relaxed. I'm now putting the food down, so I'm rewarding a calm state of mind when I do that, you know. And I could see how this, you know, how the pressure builds with my dogs, because I feed, you know, roughly around the same time every day. So 4:15, guess what? The pressure in the dog starts to elevate. They know it's feeding time. They know we're getting close to that. So that's pressure's building, right? And so how do you diminish that pressure? You send them to their crates, they calm down, you come in with the food, put it in, boom, you know. So again, I think it's something that's not to be overlooked, that when you're, you know, food is part of the training equation, you're basically putting the dog under pressure, and I'm going to teach him how to be around that food. So if I have a dog that's extremely high in prey drive, and they're really excited around just not treats, just their own food at feeding time, I can imagine they're probably the same way at home. So I don't want to skip over that. That's a perfect opportunity to teach the dog how to be around food or around that pressure and be calm around it. And then when he is calm, then that's delivered to him. I mean, there's really no other way to feed your dog. It's either you feed them when they're excited or you feed them when they're calm. I'm going to feed you when you're calm. When I have treats in my hand, you need to be calm around me. You can't be bumping up on me. You can't be demanding, you know. So I think it's a really good, it can be a really missed opportunity if somebody's like, I don't use food because of it makes the dogs excited. It's like, for me, I'm like, no, I'm going to capitalize on it. I'm going to teach him how to be calm around that pressure, right? So there you have it. Food is pressure. So next time you're out working with a dog, bring out some food and see what he does with it, and work him down out of it, and teach that dog to be calm around that, and mix it up. You know, bring out high value stuff, low value stuff at feeding time. you know, and run that dog through the paces of understanding that this is the state you want him around in those scenarios around that particular activity, feeding, or whatever the case might be. People are over for dinner, you're barbecuing, all that stuff is food. It's all prey driven, you know, so it's around us a lot. So teach the dogs how to be around that. All right, thanks for watching.